One of the cliffhanger questions to come out of the Loki Season 2 premiere was how Loki was able to get back to the TVA in the present. In the episode, Obi's plan to stop Loki's time-slipping needed Loki to prune himself as a means of stripping all traces of himself from every timeline. To make the plan succeed, though, Loki had to prune himself at the exact same moment as Mobius activated a device called the Temporal Aura Extractor. According to Obi's theory, these two events happening at the same time would allow Loki to be pulled back into the present to stop him slipping through time. However, Loki time-slipping into the future of the TVA leaves him frantically searching for a time stick to prune himself when the time comes. When it seems as though he won't be able to make it back in time, Loki stumbles upon a ringing telephone, with the identity of the caller remaining a mystery to end the episode. At the same time, he discovers Sylvie cracking open the elevator in front of him, as he is pruned by an unknown person, meaning the extractor can pull him back into the present, seemingly stopping the time-slipping for good. Who pruned Loki was one of the biggest mysteries to come out of the first episode, and a likely theory suggests that it may be Loki himself. When Sylvie opens the episode enough to see Loki, the first and only thing she says is, "There you are," suggesting that she was here in the TVA searching for Loki specifically. Because we see a different version of the character in the post-credit scene, this was likely a future version of Sylvie in the TVA. And the only logical reason that we can think of right now that she would have to be looking for our Loki from the past is if she and Loki are there with the knowledge from the past that they need to be there at that exact point in time in order to send Loki back to the present and stop him from being lost in time. A bit confusing, but I would be willing to bet that a future episode in the season will show us Loki and Sylvie together, and we'll get to see the scene from their point of view, explaining who pruned Loki and who was calling the phone. Both Loki and the camera focused extensively on the ring telephone, so I don't think it's meant to be just a random element included in the episode. It's meant to have a bigger meaning behind it. It's possible that it was an attempt to distract Loki and prevent him from making it back to the present. It's also possible that the person who pruned Loki was another major character of the series, and just someone working with Sylvie that knew Loki needed to be sent back to his time. It could have been done to save Loki, or possibly Mobius too. Based on what we saw, I think it's highly unlikely that Mobius was making it back inside before the doors shut, so Loki being sent back was a way to save both of them simultaneously. What did you think of this episode of Loki? Let me know in the comments below. Remember to like the video, and subscribe for coverage of Loki as a new episode premieres every week. And remember to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Thank you all for watching, and remember, the Force will be with you. Always.